After that meeting between the president as well as a section of leadership of organized labor, one of the key communication from that meeting is that organized labor is waiting on the president or government official communication on what their position is. Secretary General of TUC, Joshua Ansah, has been taking us through what exactly was contained in that official document from government to organized labor.
That the government will collaborate with organized labor and the stakeholders in the fight against Galamsey. Number two, the government will take steps when Parliament reconvenes this month to revoke the environmental protection, that is the mining and in forest reserve regulation 2023 LI 2462. Again, government would ramp up its enforcement measures, particularly which relates to prohibiting the mining in water bodies and forest areas. Then government supports the call for all presidential candidates to sign a pact committing to the fight against illegal mining.
The TUC Secretary General, however, refutes claims that the president requested for more time during that meeting on Thursday.
The president has not said anything. We had a discussion. We said by the 10th of October, if nothing has been done, there will be a nationwide strike. The president discussed the issues with us, our demands with us, and what he's able to do is what he's told us, and it's written vividly on this paper. That is all.
Now, according to him, government has not been able to meet all their demands, especially the declaration of a state of emergency on all mining activities. He said their resolve to embark on strike on the 10th of October remain unchanged.
We have the view that what the government has proposed to do does not adequately address our demands, and therefore our notice of strike notice remains unchanged. Thank you.
Fingers remain crossed as we wait for the 10th of October. From the TUC headquarters here in Accra, my name is James Abeji, reporting for Joy News.
So there you have it. It's a no turning back for organized labor's determination to shut down the country. But there are some members of organized labor calling themselves concerned members, or the members of the concerned group against 10th October strike. And they say that they are dissatisfied with some of the fallouts from the conversations and engagements with leadership and the demands. But let's get on the phone and speak to Dr. Charles Obeng-Sapong. He's also a member of the concerned group against the 10th October strike.
Before we get to Doc, let us just take a look at, you did hear leadership of, organized labor saying, listen, government's proposal does not adequately address our demands, and therefore our notice of strike remains unchanged. But let us also maybe get the release from the Information Ministry, and then we shall go to our guest. So there you have it. It says, following the call by organized labor and other stakeholders in government to take action on the menace of illegal small-scale mining in the country, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, convened a meeting with organized labor on Thursday, 3rd October 2024 at the Jubilee House. The meeting discussed the long-standing issue of illegal mining, reviewed the situation, and government's effort thus far. It was agreed between the parties that A, government would collaborate with organized labor and other stakeholders in the fight against illegal mining. B, government would take steps when Parliament reconvenes this month to revoke the environmental protection or mining in forest reserves regulations. Government would ramp up its enforcement measures, particularly as it relates to prohibiting illegal mining in water bodies and forest reserves. That water bodies and forest reserves remain red zones for mining. And then it goes on to talk about the Attorney General collaborating with the Chief Justice to ensure swift adjudication of illegal mining cases, and then government supporting the call for all presidential candidates to sign a pact committing to the fight against illegal mining. So then where the crucial bit comes. In light of the above, government is surprised by the decision of organized labor to proceed on an industrial action from the 10th of October 2024. Government will, however, continue to engage organized labor and other stakeholders in a constructive dialogue in finding solutions for this national menace. And that's how it ends. It's signed by the Information Minister. We can bring in our guest.
Yes. So, Dr. Charles Obeng Sapong, thank you for joining the program. You're on the AM show. So as we speak, organized labor is mainly saying that the 10th of October strike will still proceed, but you have some concerns. So let's start there. What are your concerns? Okay, we are trying to reconnect with him, but we know that about 700,000 workers are preparing to lay down their tools in a nationwide industrial action against illegal mining. They're saying that they made some demands. Government has not yet met those demands. And Benjamin, it turns out that the president didn't actually ask for an extended period of extended time to deal with the issues, as was reported a few days ago. There was nothing like that was said. But I understand we have Dr. Charles Obeng Sapong back with us, so let's go straight to him. So, Doc, thank you for joining the program on the AM show. I was asking that organized labor says, as at this moment, 10th October strike will still happen, but you have some concerns. So what are those concerns?
Thank you, my sister. And good morning to our viewers and listeners. Our concern, very simple, that such a declaration has been made that on 10th of October, organized labor is embarking on strike. We are saying that when there is a leader or when there is leadership, there are always followers or members of a group for which reason those people are leading. And so we are saying that ordinarily, when such a crucial decision, such an important national issue is being pursued, we thought that it is important, unless the group, for them to have a strong decision. I mean, know that it is made up of, the organized labor is made up of various unions. For the unions to make thorough discussion of the issue, so members will come out with various views, various dimensions to the issue at stake. When all those things are done, then we table everything and then we send it to leadership. They look at those views we have expressed, and then they based on that, they take whatever decision that needs to be taken. And
so you're saying that because of the lack or inadequate engagement with members of organized labor, you are dissatisfied with this approach to lay down your tools on 10th of October.
Exactly.
And why is this only coming up now? Why are we only hearing about your dissatisfaction with this approach now?
No, it is not. That is not the issue. The issue is that before such a thing, that declaration could be made, you inform us. We only heard this in the media, that so and so date, such a thing will take place and all of that. Our expectation has always been that there will be express instruction, communication to the effect that this is what the leadership is planning to do. Therefore, the various unions have to discuss it among themselves, and then we see the popular view. Or what are your views on these things? And whatever view the various unions may have might emanate or will necessarily emanate from the members, so that we can sample popular views.
Okay.
And then we send all to leadership at the top there. And then based on that, the right advancement could be made, whether to declare strike, whether to sit and discuss with government, whether to do ABC. But we
Dr. Obeng, were you consulted before that 1 month ultimatum was given to the government prior to this announcement of the 10th October strike? Were you consulted about that as well? I mean, before
Come again?
The 1 month ultimatum that organized labor gave government to take immediate action against illegal mining. Were you consulted on that front before?
Well, I never saw any communication to that effect.
Did you at any point hear whether on TV or radio, did you read any of what was playing out, the calls by organized labor? It's been about a month. Dr. Sapong, Doc, please, let's do it. I ask the question, then when I land, you can, respond. Did you follow any of that over the period before now?
I have already told you that we heard it from the media.
So you knew about it?
Yes, I heard about it.
I see. I have an interesting question for you. You're saying that there should have been a thorough discussion with members and all of that. My curiosity then is, why do you have leaders? The leaders act on your behalf. They act in your stead. If of the millions of members of organized labor in the country, they were going to consult everybody, would any decisions be taken? Why then do you have leaders?
You see, my brother, we belong to various unions. For instance, we have the Ghana National Association of Teachers, UTAG, and the rest of them, TUSAC. And my expectation is that a communication will be channeled, will be sent to our leadership, my association, and then they convene a meeting, various groups, and then we give our views, we discuss the matter thoroughly. But as I speak with you, I have not had any official notification to that effect.
All right, let me hold for me. Let me bring in Austin Game on that point, because Dr. Charles Obeng-Sapong says, my expectation is that. I want to find out from Austin Game, who is a labor expert, are his expectations in line with the processes that must take place before such industrial actions happen? Did organized labor breach anything in proposing this strike? Austin Game, welcome on the show.
Thank you, Benjamin and Sweetie.
Austin, I've already posed the question. You can go ahead and react to it.
Okay. I appreciate that. To be very honest with you, organized labor is a body that has been put together by law, and no one is directly affiliated to organized labor. TUC has members affiliated to it. Ghana Federation of Labor has members affiliating to it. The Forum has membership, and other labor unions. They all come together and constitute what they call organized labor for the purpose of situations like we are experiencing now. Now, TUTAG is supposed to be a labor union, and therefore they are open to participating in the activities of organized labor. Like you rightly asked the question, organized labor is led by TUC as agreed by the members themselves. In effect, when they call a meeting, they may not call all the people. I know unions in Tema who have not been invited. They were not invited, but they will actively participate in the call-up by organized labor, because that is the right thing to do. So if they have not been invited directly, they have heard it, they have become aware. That stops them from checking with organized labor as they know it, to enable them to be part and parcel of it. It may be them tomorrow, something may crop up, and organized labor will have to come to their rest. That's the essence of putting them under Section 112 and 113 of the Labor Act.
But at this point, I go back to my question. With the posturing of Dr. Charles Obeng-Sapong, who says, I saw this, I heard of it, but there had been no direct communication with me from leadership of my organization or my union. And so for me, until that is done, I don't think this is in the right direction. How do you react to that posturing?
Well, he has himself to blame. The point is that, like I said earlier, organized labor is a body that is to put together concerns of unions and raise it at the national level. And that's precisely what they're seeking to do. And so they have heard it. They've heard it in the media, albeit they've not written to him directly. They may not be able, they may not even know that his address to even write to him. But they've heard it. Anytime he has a problem and it's not being addressed nationally, he can appeal to organized labor. Organized labor will call a number of other people. They will come together and come to their rescue if they found the issue to be something worth fighting for. So clearly, they have really no point. I know them very well. Twitter, I know them very well. They are not the flamboyant type of trade union in the sense of trade union. They are teachers, they are lecturers. I think that what they should be doing is to come together with other unions and solidarize. That is the essence of trade unionism. Solidarity is the order of the day. So they should not expect to be written to directly. And they should take away the cloaks of belonging to different political entities and so on and so on, and come together as people who are workers and whose matters can become difficult and will need a rescue, and not a political party.
Mr. Gami, however, be that as it may, this deviation from the approach of organized labor or the leadership of organized labor, how does it affect the intention of organized labor to draw the attention of governments for immediate action on illegal mining and its effects on our water bodies? Does it affect this intention at all for the strike?
No, not for a moment, not for a second. Everything will be successful as I see it unfolding. But the structure of organized labor is not intended that if you don't write and avail yourself to organize. Let me give you an example. All the 6,000 members of the laboratory people, made up of doctors and laboratory technicians and so on and so on, they are not one of the mainstream trade unions. They don't belong to TUC. They are a union on their own. They were not being invited to organized labor meetings. They have heard it. I urged them on. They wrote to organized labor. They were admitted to the meeting. They attended all meetings of organized labor, and they were present at this meeting also. But they are not an affiliate to TUC. Neither are they affiliates to Ghana Federation of Labor nor Forum. They are on their own. And I think that it's important that Dr. Obing and all those who have that kind of understanding appreciate the fact that the structure of organized labor is not open to writing to people. When you hear of something, take steps and participate in it. That is just what it is.
Let me quickly find out from Dr. Obing Sapong, having heard Austin Game, what are your responses to, because he's basically saying what you're doing is a non-starter, that it doesn't even matter. It appears we've lost Dr. Obing Sapong. We'll try to get him back to respond to some of these. And there have been some concerns raised by one or two people here and there, stating that they were not in the know, which is surprising, but that from where they sit, they should have been consulted, which is what Dr. Obing Sapong is regurgitating. I know we've had conversations with some of these people in the Ashanti region, Kumasi to be specific. Dr. Obing Sapong, welcome back. I don't know whether you caught all of what Austin Game said. Did you?
Hello?
Doc, welcome back. Did you catch all of... Can you hear me, Dr. Obing Sapong?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. Did you catch all of what Austin Game said?
Well, the line was breaking. I heard some of them. I heard the point he made that TUSAC is not a flamboyant kind of union, and that when anytime you hear such a national call from leadership, you have no option than to comply. Did you say that?
Something akin to that. He's making mention of the fact that there's no such process where leadership at the top, and you can feel free to correct me if I digress, leadership at the top will have to now contact all members trying to find out what your take is. They work in unison, and that the stance you've taken will not go anywhere. That this is a collective decision, and you basically should be going along. I don't know, Austin Game, have I reflected what you said?
And he's also saying that organized labor can successfully carry out this strike.
Have I reflected what you said? It appears he's not.
Dr. Sapon, I appreciate your concern. The point is that organized labor, as you can see under the Labor Act, Section 112, established. The functions are under 113. Now, organized labor is a body put together to enable all unions, like, example, your union and UTAG, GMA, Ghana National Association of Teachers, and so on and so on. When they are not affiliates directly of TUC, like you are not, but all other unions together, when there is a matter that is of national significance, organized labor is the body that comes together with all these people, and they brainstorm the issues, come to a consensus, and proceed along that line, like they've done in the case of the hotel. Now, so the issue is about, now that we have this terrible problem of Galamsey destroying our water bodies and the ecology of our forests, they have come together and decided that they want to confront the issues by helping government to find a solution. And that if government will not be able to find solutions, they would take action as normally trade unions do. They have given government since September a step away forward. Okay. Government has not positively responded. They give it another number of days, and now they are saying that they will take action. Government invited them to a meeting, and they finally come to a decision that they would now take a decisive action to stop the Galamsey through government machinery. That is what it is. Okay. And you have heard it. Not that you haven't heard it, according to what you told Benjamin. You have heard it.
Okay.
Your action will be to go along with organized labor. You may not be contacted directly, and you need not be contacted directly. Like I know other unions that have not been contacted, but they will participate.
All right. Austin Game, we're grateful for your time on this matter. Let me take Dr. Obeng Sapong as well on this matter. What is your reaction? Now you've heard Austin Game clearly. What is your reaction?
There is no need for any argument. My point, or the point of the concerned group, is that this is such an important national issue which calls for a solution. And we think that for us to arrive at a very good conclusion, which is beneficial to everybody, the country and its development, it is important to do a broader process involving the members of various unions so that we can solve with very detailed plan so that things happen.
Okay, so let me ask you. You're saying that you're still insisting. So that is what
they are saying. So if anybody feels that, well, that's the way they are ready for us to comply and all of it, I think that we have to end it there, and then they have made the point. And so, but I can tell you that there are various members of the organized group who feel disrespected, who feel that their inputs have not been sought, their views have not been sought to inform whatever decision. So
let me ask you quickly, final comments. Final comments.
Let's see how it plays out.
Dr. Obeng Sapong, final comments. How many are you in this group? And there's also this claim that some people have money has exchanged hands. That is why some people are adopting this posture. Quick response to that, and we are done.
Can we say that those who are also declaring the strike, it means money has changed hands up there?
Well, claims have been made. Claims have been made specifically concerning this one. So, how do you respond to that? I'm just asking for your response.
I have also heard that people are saying money has changed hands up there Does it mean we should believe that? I mean, let's consign that to the periphery and talk about the core issue. All right? So if we are saying there is no need for any broader consultation, that declaration has been made, every member is compelled to follow and all of that, let's see how it plays out.
Okay, so if the strike happens, it means you and your members will not participate in it, right?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but as far as I'm concerned, so far as I was not informed, so far as my view was not sought, I don't think I'll comply.
All right. I was asking him for how many members there are of his group. We've not got that yet. But Dr. Charles Obeng-Sapong is a member of the concerned group against the 10th October strike. We also spoke to Austin Game, a labor expert. That's how we conclude this end of the conversation. We'll be back after the break for more. Do stay.